place guy.
Yeah,
so we're going to jump on board with Neb too, it looks like here.
Yeah, Nebula...
he's going to sword towards the scatter.
Sorry to interrupt, but he teamed with Cloud for a while. And he was teaming with a MLG national champion. And they got top, I believe, 8 a few times at the end of Halo 5. So Nebula is not just, you know, an amateur player. This guy is at a pro level. He knows how to compete, and we're seeing his name again with Septify and Onboard, guys that have nonstop been playing. And then Musa, who is a top 4 competitor. We saw him upset some major talent at MLG New Orleans. I remember that, just one of the best series in all of Halo 5 when he was on Trifecta.
Let's see Druck with this camo play here. Look at this series of plays.
Yeah,
gets the back smack on 1, pushes the player on engine 2, gets a clean double, not even any damage on himself. You see his teammate Soul Snipe pick up a kill as well. That looks like a lot of control to me. 3 players down in an objective game type is quite the amount of time you can amount on the scoreboard.
Holding on to this camo, making sure he backs up. He's going to try to stay alive with as long as possible. On board with big double. He's going to get taken down by Talik. Now Druck getting a little aggressive here to clean up these players that he's hearing through the comms that are weak. He's going to get some shots down, but he can't get any kills just yet. He's just going to try to stay alive. Can't get the scatter shot off. He loses that to a player over on Falling. We're moving on to Musa. Musa's going to try to make something happen over here. He does get some shots in. Talik, though, with the double,
nice.
Musa gets the cleanup.
Yeah, I love the play he made. That scatter shot had 1 shot left on the back catwalk there, and I loved that his camo burnt out, which I know is a weird thing, but I love to see camo expire rather than to have a player die with it. If you get any kills with it, you get some map control. I think those are brilliant plays. Looks like he's going to end up getting a nice trade, towards silver here. I didn't expect. Kind of a slow game now. Red team in the lead here. We have a railgun at the bottom of tower. Manny's going to pick up the kill on Deceptify. Got the comms from the player in long haul, but that railgun is going to trade and not go to as much use as I'd want a power weapon to go to.
Yeah, and it is going to go into the hands of Soul Snipe. So it does go to his teammate, which is a good thing. He's going to be able to land the next one. The camo is up. Looks like it was grabbed, and it was going to be Musa who dove on it and died. So camo is out of play. Look for that to be up at 7:30. Railgun is going to be out now, and the control is still pretty much in the favor of the Pioneers. Pioneers with the 3 cap. Soul Snipe trying to get this kill onto that player. That player is going to double back. Oh my God, 3 down for Pioneers. And this gives a good opportunity for Falling to get back into this one and get some control.
Yeah, this is a lot of bleeding to try to recover from. And right as I say that, though, we do see the points start switching into blue team here for Falling. We're going to see a player go towards BR base. For those of you kind of joining, you don't traditionally want to hold a BR base. You often get spawn trapped in back silver here. So these folks trying to push out towards nest and towards basement are making some kind of long tier or long game, high tier kind of educated plays there. So I'd love to see that from this from Falling as well, kind of proving that they have some tenure here. We're going to see somebody challenge Tower 2. He's playing it sneaky, and just as I say that, you see 2 players get spawned in BR base here.
No.
He misses his back smack, though. Goes down Tower 1. You see a couple players zigzag the yellow corner. This is a little bit of a weak game from Falling compared to what we've seen earlier in the series.
Yeah, there was a little downtime between matches, so I'm thinking that maybe they got a little cold, and they're now getting into the swing of things. We got the scatter shot in the hands of Soul Snipe. He's going to put it to use. He lands 2 shots. That's going to be 1, but Musa, Septify is going to be able to turn that one around and get the double beatdown. So good job by him to allow that not to be a double play. That could have easily gone into the favor of the scatter shot player. Nebula here getting away with his life. The camo about to be up.
Big plays here. We see him go down on the drill plat there. We do see a red player jump off of camo. Didn't get to see if it got picked yet. It is up. 30 on the nose is when it's up. Haven't seen if anybody's gotten that pick yet. It doesn't look... Camo in the hands of Talik, which is incredible. He's going to push basement to help his teammate out. He's got the railgun. I believe red, we do see a scatter as well in the hands of Manny. So all power weapons. I love that trade-in. We're going to have camo scatter, which is just an incredibly deadly combo. We're going to see him patrol the outside cat. They're kind of just going through the motions here. This is a pretty clockwork clean series of plays here. Doesn't look like they're stressed, they're scared, they're confident, and they're playing well.
Tolic going to get some shots in, but back off. Very smart play by him. He's going to stalk the White Hall. He does make another player weak. Tries to stay alive, not going to be able to do so. And now we see the map control coming out of Falling. Nebula does a good job staying alive, going to wait for shields. He knows this player's trying to hunt him down. He knows exactly where he's going to go. His teammate is telling him so. And now he's just gaining the objective. That's going to be a secure. Now he can move up on the map, get a little bit more ground. He moves up into this player, gets the beat down, not going to be able to get the shot. Calling it out to his teammate, put some good shots in. He is being a nuisance. 2 down for, looks like, oh my gosh, it looks like Nebula is going to be in a good position now to basically get some control on the map. This is, oh my god, Druck got that headshot.
From Nest.
Yeah, that was very good accuracy out of him, right over the shoulder. Got that 5, and now the game is back in the favor. Oh my gosh, Falling is struggling at getting back into this one, and as soon as I said that, Druck is falling.
Some interesting play from out there at Nest. I'm surprised Nebula got picked out of there. They had the VR-based spawn trap, and they moved so far away from holding Nest itself that they let the opposing team spawn outside in the court there. That's what got Druck the opportunity to even get that headshot. A little bit of more seasoned play there could have given them the opportunity for a stronger amount of points to secure right there. I'm not entirely sure I agree with that play. We now see Manny kind of in a spot exactly where I would have liked to see another one of those teammates from Falling earlier here. And Manny's doing a great job. He's going to play his life. He's going to secure that objective. The nade comes in, but there's a trip cap. So I don't know if I see anything changing too quickly here. May see a game 1 for Pioneers.
That grenade landed so perfect right behind the box. That is not where he wanted it. Druck, good trade out of him. Pioneers looking great. They only need a few more points, and then they will take this one. Here we go. We see the 1v1 battle coming out of these two players. Tolic not going to be able to do anything, and there's the victory. We have a dominant performance coming out of Pioneers. Falling, like you said, just not looking like the same team we saw earlier, and I think that could probably go towards the fact that they did lose to Sentinels in their 3rd matchup of the pool play. Pool play kind of works that way. You know, you can win the majority of your series, you can win your pool, and then, you know, it can kind of not matter as much. Like, that momentum doesn't really mean anything. They might have gotten down on themselves after that Sentinels loss, and it might have affected them heavily. But looking here at the stats, we've got Manny doing some big things KDA-wise. We see that he had a lot of deaths, but he had a lot of kills, staying aggressive. And that is something that you like to see. He had 8 captures. So OBJ Master over there. And then Tolic and Soul Snipe putting up 30, but between the two of them, 55 in all. I like those totals, man.
Me too.
Dealing with these totals is just, usually you have to get a calculator out or you got to do some quick math. But now it's all good to go.
Look at Tolic's KDA, man. You got to look at the kills versus the deaths on that. That's just phenomenal. I mean, staying alive against a tier of these players for that long, being that much of a nuisance, is just incredible. I mean, all of these guys are seasoned competitors at this point, and being able to show off that much in a game just is a testament to skill there.
Yeah, he pulled off MVP performance for sure. That was a big game. 11.3 KDA out of him. Tolic playing exceptionally well. Hopefully we get to see him just go through the rest of this series like that, with that type of consistency. That's something that I noticed when he was on his previous teams, was that he was mainly that glue of a player. He was always that guy that was very, very consistent. He wasn't always putting up the most kills. He wasn't always doing the most objective, but every single game you could rely on him playing good. And there you go.
And rely on him now.
Opening the game up with an overkill.
Oh,
Tolic.
man.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable, dude. Speak of the devil and the devil may come. I guess his name's Talik. Look at that. That's just beautiful. Look at this map control as well. You see him right on top of the map. He's going to shoot someone blue outside. Just blood shots for his, or excuse me, blooding players for his teammates. He's got control of P3 on that side, Car3, excuse me, on that side. Holding the tunnels. They've got him trapped into red base. I mean, this is, into blue base, this is a fantastic amount of map control just out the gate. 6-2. I mean, it's been, what, 1 minute in the game?
Yeah, I mean, this is just an absolute waterfall. It's just been unleashed. It is coming down hard onto Falling. Falling are really struggling to keep up with the amount of, I don't know, it just is a different speed that these guys on Pioneers are playing at. We saw it at the same time last game. They just immediately took off, and Falling couldn't keep up. And it's looking great right now. They are just playing exceptionally well. I think I'm noticing a big difference that in Manny. Manny has brought a lot more to this team. I can't remember who he took the place of, but it doesn't really matter. These guys just are gelling so darn well today and playing lights out. We're seeing some great control out of them. Soul Snipe gonna pick up the kill onto Nebula. Talik has to back down. He does so, and now he's going to try to immediately get back up. He's staying off the radar. He has two people above him. Immediately gets some nice shots in. That's going to be a cleanup from Soul Snipe, and he can get to the top of the map. Double kill out of Soul Snipe. Now we are starting to get into some very bad territory for Falling Esports. They are letting Pioneers run all over them.
I'm seeing that. I think the player that we were talking about may have been Suppress, if that's right. The previous event that Manny had replaced that teammate of.
No, that was the other team that it's Falling that you're thinking of. Okay. Musa took the place of Suppress.
Yeah. Right. Look at this. Look at this. Just like we said, though. Look at the. I mean, the caster's coming out. Damage from Soul Snipe. Druck picked up his other one shot. You're gonna see the player on the P slide go down. I mean, his team. I'm seeing a huge difference in team engagements here. I'm seeing a lot of Falling engaging and backing out, but there's not as much cover for them, and I'm seeing Pioneers do that exact amount of nuisance. I'm going to engage, I'm going to break a player, I'm going to back down and my team covers me, and they pick up my one shot, and I'm ready to challenge for them. This is a lot more fluid in the hands of Pioneers for sure.
This game is so damn over. This is just... I mean, this is ridiculous. These Pioneers came to play. They are not messing around. 2-0 this fast. This is just nutty. Talik doing some work here, getting some people weak. We do have a good little bit of slam coming out of Falling here. Manny's going to get that player weak before he goes down. Got Nebula cleaning up some big kills here and there, but they are still in the teens. Musa going to try to hold down top middle. Gonna do something here with his teammate. He does get a kill, but his teammate gets taken down. Talik with the double. He's going for the triple, landing the shots. He gets it.
Let's see if he can push through. I don't know if egoing that corner would have been the right play. It looks like he is going to fall. One of the criticisms I'm seeing for blue team is they're so hungry for these kills now that the kills have lapsed so far that they're giving up power positions in order to try to secure one kill, maybe two kills. We saw Musa jump into blue court between two players. Never a favorable fight, and at this tier you can't win an engagement like that. So I'm seeing Falling definitely get so hungry to the point that it's detrimental for them.
Manny with the double. He's going to be trying to make some plays here onto top. He's going to be getting shot by his teammate, but that doesn't matter. He's going to keep on soaring. He's pushing on into the base. He knows where this player is going to be. Never mind. Turned his back to him. Not sure where that guy went, but he didn't know where Manny was. And now they're both still just chilling on the opposite corner of each other. And finally, the double team does come in. Musa going to help out his teammate. Now he's pushing onto the car side. We've got a nice little trade coming out there. Good job by Soul Snipe. And 6 more kills to go. There was a good comeback from Falling, but it was a little a little too late. They just couldn't
Yeah.
get it together in time. Only 5 more here to go. We've got possibly top middle control coming out of falling. Maybe Manny is on the hunt, though. He does get the clean up, and that's going to be 2 down. Make that 3. And the disrespect from Manny.
Oh, man. I love seeing that heat from competitors. They're showing the ice in their veins. There is definitely no ice in their veins here. They're going to secure this victory. You see him just chilling out in top red, shooting his teammate, the average matchmaking, teasing disrespect there. Some of the stuff I absolutely adore to see. These guys are excited to compete, and you can see in their gameplay, not only are they excited, but they're seasoned. And playing against another group of seasoned players, that was kind of a landslide.
Yeah, that was not even close by any means. Opening a game with an overkill like that kind of destroys the other team's morale. They knew it. They knew exactly what happened. They saw that name all the way down the side of their screen. They're like, well, we just got destroyed by one player off the rip. All right, cool. And they tried coming back, but they couldn't make it happen. Talik just was on another level. And there's a funny little fun fact is that Talik and Envor were teammates for the better part of 2 years. They were with Lux Gaming. They teamed with Super CC and Valkyrie. They made top 16 at HCS Orlando 2018, and that was their first LAN experience, and they did really well for themselves. They placed top 4 in a lot of the big-time online tournaments. So they did really well in those. And then they split up after a while, but they've been finding some success individually ever since. And it's just cool that we get to see them face off now. It's so much later down the road. But both of them are just exceptional players. I think they're Super CC obviously is incredible. We've been watching him as well. All 3 of them are just outstanding. It's hard to pick which is better, but they just have all looked so good, and they've definitely exceedingly improved throughout their time playing Halo 5 towards its life cycle. But looking at the stats here, Talik, good grief.
Yeah. Man, the numbers talk for themselves. I love too when I see a player at the top of a team here in kills, and I also see him at the top for assists. That's one of my favorite things, because the guy wasn't just out there picking up kills here, being a little bit of a nuisance, taking his teammates' call out, but he was the one doing the same amount of damage. We see, what's the math on that? 22, 29. We see 39 assists out of 50 kills there for that team. You just can't beat that.
All right,
your teammates
so who
were
did
there
the math
for you.
wrong?
Did I do it? 22? What?
It says 40
sorry, that's
down
40.
there.
It's 40. You're right, 40. You're right. My eyes are that bad.
14.7 KDA. The man just is on fire at the moment. Only 4 deaths. He only had 7 deaths in the stronghold. The dude is just killing it right now, playing lights out, perfect Halo, and looking for this 3-0 to send Falling Esports packing to close this one out and clutch it up. The former Fung 4 squad looking exceptionally good. Yeah. Game number 3 coming up next. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the watch party today. This is our 3rd week. Is it? Our 3rd week. Yes, 3rd week that we are broadcasting. We've been putting a lot of work into this one. If you guys are liking what you see, make sure you at the Twitter LVT Productions and let everyone know what your thoughts are. If you have any feedback, if you have any criticisms, if there's anything you'd like to see more from our broadcast, then just drop us a line, let us know what you think. Thank you so much. Once again, we have been working very diligently to bring the best to Halo. We want to see it thrive, and obviously HCS has no official broadcast at the moment, so we're doing the best we can as a community, and basically all the people that are involved with the community right now are trying to come together and do what we can. So if you guys are out there and looking to volunteer and try to help out, we're always open to maybe expanding our team as far as admins go and content creators. LVT Productions are looking for some help. But yeah, we've got this first matchup, the quarterfinals of today's HCS tournament. This is the Pioneers Kansas City Pioneers taking on Falling Esports. Falling Esports looked great at the beginning of the day in pool play. They started off 2-0 in their pool. Then they met up against Sentinels, and the Sentinels just changed them. Once they lost, they were not able to bounce back from it. That's just the way it goes sometimes.
Especially against a team like Sentinels, man.
I know, right?
You got to compete. I mean, everybody's here to compete, right? But going up against a literal world champion team, those are some tough odds.
Literally the best there is.
Yeah.
I know early in my Halo 3 career, I played against Roy, Lunchbox, Macchio, and Victory X on LAN my very first round. And
that's demoralizing.
Let me tell you, dude. Let me tell you. I was shaking after that series from the adrenaline because it's just a different speed. You're playing at such a level that your brain doesn't comprehend it if you're not used to it. Eventually, throughout the years, I realized that I was, playing wrong, and I had to accept that. And it took a massive blow to my pride. But it's the same thing, man. I think that might have happened to Falling. Falling were doing great, but then they faced against such an unbeatable team like Sentinels that are just. I was watching Royal 2. Royal 2 was like a turret, man. Every single time you saw him, it was like you got 5-shotted, 5-shotted, 5-shotted. Did not miss. It didn't matter what. If he was no shields, you were getting 5. But anyways, Falling, this is it. They've got to make this one work. They are immediately 4 down off the rip. 3 dead from Soul Snipe alone. Triple kill out of this man.
Power weapon control too. Looks like you can't even stop this man. Just unbelievable. The rocket secured. He a little bit of a choke on the first rocket, but we had a second one and it came through perfectly clean.
Oh my God.
We're gonna see him push top pipes here. Almost 5 that player. He's above half shields. They're soaring at his teammate over here on the Pelly, but I just don't know. We're already 26 points in. Gets one beat down, gets a melee on the second player. Ball is still live. Talik and Druck both clean up those kills. That's huge. That ball is still live in the favor for his team.
And it was all thanks to that damage. You can look at the stats all day, but if you look at those damages in those certain scenarios, that's really what matters the most when the players make plays like that. That was fantastic work out of him to make that player no shields, put that damage in, get that trade, and to keep that ball from going off. That ultimately led to some good objective work. Now that's going to be 3 down for Falling Esports, falling off the side of the map. Oh, perfect shots from Manny to get that trade. Fantastic work. They are going to end this one quick if they keep this up.
Yeah, this pace is just blistering. I love to see it. You do see you see Talik get the beatdown on Envor here in the elevator. I mean, 46-3. We're probably 2 minutes into this game. This is just an unbelievable pace. Ball control looks like they're shooting the bottom of Pizza. They're moving to Pelican just like you'd see all the tenured teams do here. He's even ready to play ball if his teammates call for the support there. He does fall bottom Pizza, but Soul Snipe's right there to pick up that kill. And the rocket's in the hands of Manny as well. Gonna get a nice double out of him. Just slays, map control. I'm loving what I'm seeing from this team.
Yeah, they are so efficient at the moment, just swarming over every member of Falling Esports. They just do not have any type of room to do anything, but as I say that, Septify with the double kill, killing the camo player. That's going to be massive for Falling Esports. They do get 1 player down for Pioneers. Septify going to try to stay alive here with the ball. Not going to be able to do so, though. Pioneers doing such a good job at focusing on the objective.
I'm loving seeing, because of our wonderful observer mode in Halo 5, I'm loving that every time I see Pioneers get into a gunfight from the perspective of Falling, there's 3 red symbols around him. It's not a 1v1, it's not a 2v1, it's a 3v1, and those comms are going, everyone's aware of what's going on, they're communicating, and they're playing in that fashion. It's just a phenomenal team to have to fight against here. Soul making the best play he can. Look at that. His teammate's calling out. He's juggling the ball. He's getting ready to play it. Put shots on his teammate's fight here. Just great gameplay.
I love how both teams are pretty much coming to a unwritten agreement to just keep the ball right here by the Pelly. And it's such a hard place to get a kill if you're not in the right position. And it's such an easy place to get that play ball. So it's actually a pretty darn good spot, despite the awkwardness of where it's at and what it looks like. Druck here going to get some good help from Manny. Now he's going to try to get back up to the top. Rockets are spawning. Going to be up. Druck is trying to just get a few shots in. He does get some good damage. Manny with the double kill on board with his. And there is going to be a fight back and forth for the low lift area. But Envor is going to take it back over to the Pelly. That is the decided spot. Got rockets in the hands of Talik. Talik's going to do a little bit of damage, but he realizes he's in a position where he needs to put these rockets to use.
I love the discipline to wait on that rocket, on that player at Pizza as well. You saw him YY into his pistol there because he realized he could clean up a kill if he hit his shots correctly. It looks like he's going to try to stop the player from Camo. He gets the pick on Envor. Ball was played, gets the double on Camo. The setup and control here is just unbelievable. Maybe he gets a trip here. He's enabling Manny to fight with Camo, to fight the player at the back of Pelican. They have the map control, and it looks like they're going to be pushing the ball to the bottom lift here. And as soon as I say that, it looks like they just played it. We're going to see this fight down here, this brawl at the bottom of Pizza there, and the ball is going to be reset. It is once again in the hands of Pioneers.
I would have liked to seen Manny get away with that Camo. He had plenty of opportunity to do so, stay alive, let that Camo do a little bit more. You know, when you have the Camo, you usually want to just gain as much intel as possible and set your team up for success. You don't really need to be the player that's making the big play. You just need to get as much out of that Camo as possible. And he was just kind of desperating a few situations where he wanted to maybe get a kill or get a trade. But he did end up getting a kill, and that's okay. But at the end of the day, I want to see them do a little bit more with those Camos once they're facing off against better opponents. But right now, as I'm saying that, I'm getting ahead of myself because Falling look like they're getting back into it.
20 points we saw at max. This was a near 60-point lead at max, so they're really making it count. I love the Musa's movement there. That clean double kill, the dodging back and forth on the door. It only bought him 10 seconds, but in reality, we've seen ball games already go down to 1-second victories in this series. So that 10 seconds can amount to a huge lead in the long run.
Druck has some help here with that player. That's going to be Talik with the Rockets. Talik has been playing so darn good this series. So far, he is keeping that one up in this game. He has been playing exceptionally smart as far as being super patient in a lot of situations. His accuracy has been darn impeccable. He's on a killing spree at the moment. Talik not slowing down. They are about to finish this one out. Once again, another Protector medal. Guardian Angel. Oh my god, and he is landing every shot. Gets the stick. This man can't be stopped.
The one-man firing squad broke two, cleaned one, stuck a second one. You can't really ask for more out of a player, especially in an objective game type too. He occupied 4 players worth of time right there. That's probably 8 to 10 seconds for that team right there, and they only need 9 to close this game out. Some phenomenal gameplay out of him. See Manny doing the same thing, just buying as much time as possible. When you're down to the wire like this, again, 8 seconds, this is a really tough fight to come back from. But just as I say that, we see Falling get the oddball there, and 2 dead. This lives up in the favor of Falling.
You have the ball.
And you see them desperating this ball.
Trying to finish this one. Pioneers are taking their time right now. They know that they just need to get like 1 or 2 slays, take over the positioning where the ball is, and then they can make something happen. But Envor, he's got other plans. He's got a nice little play there that juked that player. That player said, oh, okay, he's going to play the ball. I can just not worry about him anymore. He kept the ball on the map, so he thought 1 step ahead, and he is trying to keep his team back in this one. They've got plenty of time to work with. Pioneers here just kind of desperating it, and that is not going to do very well by them. Camo's going to be up. Nebula has the Rockets. They are in a situation they could definitely win here. Oh my god, the comeback might happen.
I would love to see an upset here. We see one of the two rockets fired. I can't tell whether or not the rockets even have a clip left. It does look like they were traded out, so rockets may be out of play. Envor with the ball at top pizza. His teammates making callouts here. He wins this 1v1 or gets this pickup, and they could absolutely push this 30-second discrepancy here. There were 2 kills in the favor of his team. Looks like they're going to take a fight at Pelican. We could really see this comeback here.
Yeah, it's going to be close. This camo is going to be so very important. We got to go on board with that camo player, see what they're going to be able to do with it. Looks like camo got burned and the ball is off. Ball is played. Septify in a tough situation here. He's not going to be able to stay alive. We've only got maybe a few seconds to go. Talik has got it. He's no shields, only 1 point to go, and that does it.
You are victorious.
That was a
Oh,
hell
man.
of a comeback, though.
Pioneers just looking extraordinary. Wonderful work out of them. That's going to be a swift 3-0 out of them. Game number 2,
Yeah.
Talik starting that one off with that big overkill. Didn't look back from there. Game 3, pretty much dominated the entire time until the very end. Falling was showing a lot of life there coming back into it, but Pioneers were able to clutch it out and close, and that's really what you want to see out of a team that good, is the ability to close when they need to. One of the big reasons why Fung 4 was so weak was that they had incredible experience playing against teams like Sentinels and Inconceivable, and were able to take games and were able to get it to a game 5, but they were not able to close out a lot of the times. And that might change now. We might see a completely different team. One player can make all the difference. You have a lot of difference in confidence in yourself and your team's ability when you've got that one guy that you just have better chemistry with. But there you go. There's your stats. That's what we have seen so far, is the consistency out of Talik, and that was no different. 23 kills out of him. A good oddball time as well. Just looking across the board, you see the totals adding up. 75 kills out of Pioneers. They got outslayed by 2, but were able to win the game regardless. It's not about the slays if you're playing the game the right way. They were always on top of the power weapons, and they were on top of the camo, keeping that time going. I don't know who their coach is, but shout out to him. They were pretty much on top of every single one that I saw.
Yeah, I mean, the absolute control that we keep seeing out of this team, we saw it when they were playing on Rig. I mean, we've seen it in each engagement, especially that overkill we saw out of Talik at the beginning. Guaranteed them the overshields. His teammates were able to push to the top on Regret. I mean, there wasn't a situation in this, excluding the tail end of the final game, where I thought, maybe Pioneers doesn't have control. They ran the show. This was the Pioneers show, featuring Falling Esports.
Oh, man, that's unfortunate, because the story of the day is definitely Falling. They came from the Open Series. They qualified by winning the tournament. They they acquired a new 4th in Musa, who Musa is just a god at Halo 5. Top 4 professional level player. Was able to have a huge upset against Magnanimous in the pools. Did really well against Sentinels, taking an oddball game. That game, in fact, was that game type. They beat Sentinels in that game type, and now they were different, and that's unfortunate. I was hoping to really ride that into the rest of the day. That's the kind of stuff that really gives me the juices flowing for some competitive Halo, seeing that Cinderella story go all the way to the end. I want to see them reach the finals, but hey, Pioneers looks like a finals team to me. They're on to the semis.
I agree. We've seen this team, the Falling Esports team, so Envor, Nebula, Septify, and Musa being the new player there. I'm thinking back to exactly what you said, where one teammate can really make a difference. And I'm wondering if Musa being an addition here is just new enough that they're going to need to kind of feel some things out as a team. Of course, you need to bond and grow with your squad. Curious to see also then, on the other hand, if we'd see a roster change, if we could really see this team up back to top 4. Because we saw with that raw gun skill and the raw ability that they were able to take that game off of Sentinels on that exact same game type. And that is no joke at all. So I'm curious to see what we can see from the Falling Esports team here in the future.
And there you go. We see the bracket updated Sentinels. going to be taking that one. I'm not sure what the scores were, but I'm pretty sure, knowing Sentinels, that it could have been a 3-0. They are just looking too darn good today. Frosty, I think I saw him get about 12 double kills in about 12 minutes.
Yep.
Royal 2, just being Royal 2 and doing Royal 2 things. And then, like always, Snakebite is the consistent freak that he always is. The real question mark for Sentinels is, how is Neptune going to be playing on a certain day? I don't think he's a very consistent championship player just yet. I think he definitely has the ability to become one. But for now, he's that question mark for this unbeatable team that we see in Sentinels. This just two-time world champion squad. Neptune is not quite up to the par of Lethal, but you never know. He might get there. And then we are just going to be waiting to see the outcome of Cloud9 versus Kingdom. Kingdom is going to be Kilimanjaro, El Halo Elite, Thin, and Clip. So, nothing against those players, but that's probably going to be a 3-0 in the favor of Cloud9. As we see, it just got updated. So Sentinels versus Cloud9 is going to be coming up next, and then Inconceivable taking on Flyers. Once we find out who that's going to be, I'm going to probably put the prediction to be Inconceivable, because they've looked unbelievable lately. So Pioneers versus Inconceivable would be a great matchup as well. So we're going to go to one of those after the break. And when we get back, we've got some exciting stuff. So do not go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back.